on a pretty fast-paced first quarter, 22-21, and then seemed like maybe both teams maybe got a little fatigued or just the defense settled in. What did you see from the bench?
I saw the mental piece of playing such a game during this time. I don't think we played necessarily discipline. It was hard to get our players to just kind of lock into what we needed to do, and sometimes you just gotta let them play. It was fast paced the first quarter, and then the break. It really is a blur, because I'm looking at them play, and it's not really us offensively. And then defensively, I just thought we gave a gritty performance. We just locked in, and we just continue to fight, continue to get loose balls and the 50-50 balls, and the rebounds that we didn't come up with, we were in the mix. So some of those rebounds they were scoring off in the first quarter. The last part of the rest of the second, third, and fourth quarters, I thought they didn't score. They got dead ball. They got dead ball. They got the dead ball, but we were able to set our defense up and defend.
Coach, sticking with that defensive talk, 22 points off of turnovers, 11 blocks, 13 steals. How locked in is this team right now on the defensive side of the ball, in your estimation?
I think we're pretty locked in. I think they really are connected. They understand that we're pretty good. They do. They understand that, and they understand why we're good. And that is our gap defense is pretty good. Our scramble out when teams get ahead of the possession. And then we just got to fight to just go get the basketball. Tonight, the block shots were impressive. Just our grit. Our grit was great. You need to have all those things to beat a team like LSU.
Raven's someone whose stats have kind of been under a microscope all year. A lot of people like to pick apart kind of the field goal percentage. She had those 4 points in 5 seconds, but also she was incredibly, intelligent with the basketball, pulling out that rebound late in the fourth quarter that kind of stopped LSU's potential late run. I guess in a game like this where there's so much highs and lows, what does it say about, her in those 5 seconds, but also her ability to really weather whatever storm?
People can break Raven's game down, but at the end of the day, Raven's a winner. Like, she's a winner. Doesn't matter how many points she scores, doesn't matter how many assists that she has, doesn't matter how many steals. At the end of the day, she's a winner. She's always been a winner. Like, she only speaks as a winner. She doesn't care about anything else besides winning. And then, with her on our roster, we've done nothing but won with her. So, the naysayers can say what they want, and I do think she's a pro. I do think the things that she does for our team translate to a pro lifestyle. She defends. She can run a basketball team. Can she hit it? Does she need to be a little bit more efficient? Probably, but she's bringing everything else that a coach would want. All those intangibles, it can't be forgotten.
You guys haven't really had a game like this just kind of turn into a rock fight all year, except for maybe Michigan in the opener. Is it good as a coach to see your team kind of win a type of game they haven't really played all year?
It is. I think we're chameleons, so to speak. We could play the type of game that's being played. I thought we were forced to play a certain way tonight, and it was just the gravity of the game. It was it was necessary for us to win this game. The implications of the SEC standings, the NCAA tournament, like all of those things matter. And we could say it's not a big game, but it's a big game. It's a big game come March when we're playing in the SEC tournament, when we're playing in the, when the NCAA committee gets together and see us winning this game. And for tiebreaker as well.
No Eagles gear today, Dawn?
No, they told me to wear garnet, so I had to wear garnet. I'll pick that back up on winning Monday.
The statement you guys have made the last couple of weeks, beating a number of really impressive teams this year, that's got to say something about, where you guys are headed, what you guys are able to accomplish.
Yes, I think we've gotten to a place where we've trimmed the fat off of losing. Like losing to UCLA has helped us just kind of refocus and get back to how we need to play to be successful in this league, in the non-conference play that we scheduled, and then moving into the NCAA tournament. Like you have to figure out ways, and you have to figure out what it is that on any given year, what this team needs to do, what our team needs to do to win. And for us, it's a collective effort. Like it's totally collective from a post standpoint, and then the guards have to play a certain way. And then fortunately for us, we've been able to just mesh the two of them and create something pretty good, because they're totally connected. They totally want each other to be good and make an impact.
Hey, Dawn, how did you guys overcome the rebound discrepancy, and how are you guys also able to limit their second chance opportunities when they got them?
I thought we fought. We fought. I know Anissa is really, really hard guard. Like she is. I told our team there isn't anybody that we've played this year that's going to play like she plays. No one. Right? And I don't think there's going to be another person that plays like her. We were able to just fight, and although we didn't come up with the rebound, we knocked it out. Dead ball situations where we can actually defend and try to box out again. Like, but she had her way with us. But I thought our guards did a really good job at gang rebounding. If we didn't get it, then we're able to establish setting up our defense and trying it again. And fortunately for us, they didn't score a whole lot off of their second chance points after maybe the first or second quarter.
Hey, Dawn, Sanaya Fagan having another big day. I know you've talked about just her path with you and learning from Aaliyah, learning from Camilla. What have you seen from her really these past 2 to 3 weeks, and her growth, and also just her belief in herself to be a go-to big-time player?
It's been a build-up for her. I think Fagan is now starting to just impose her will and showcase her talent, because she's very, very talented. I said from day one she was probably the most talented post player that we had. And when we had Aaliyah, we had just mere talent. And I know we're not utilizing all of her skill set, but you're seeing it. Like, she's been passing the ball incredibly well. She understands what we need. She's a communicator out there on the floor. Like, she's a unifier on the floor. And now her offense is starting to get going for us, and it's coming at a really great time, because, we need points in the paint. We need bigs that are able to face up and sweep and drive on people. And it's been a build up for her. So I'm really happy. Fagan is probably one of my more favorite players, only because she stuck with us in a time and day where it's so much easier to just leave. Like, she could have been starting for someone else. Now I don't know if other coaches would have allowed her to get away with sometimes not giving her best effort. But she understood she wasn't giving her best effort. This is what her best effort looks like on a consistent basis. And you see her, she played 36 minutes. We couldn't afford to keep her off the floor very long. So it's just that, the stick-to-itiveness, the loyalty, and her parents are great people who, yeah, they wanted her to play more. Yes, they had questions throughout the whole process, but at the end of the day, they knew the talent that their daughter had, and they knew that if she stayed here, that we were going to pull it out of her. We're not going to just give her. I could have given her time and, smoothed it over, but no, I mean, she could take what we were dishing out, and that is, no, you're not going to settle. Not going to settle. And she just stuck with it, and now you're seeing. I think she's going to put herself in a real good position to play at the next level.
Dawn, I got two quick ones for you. First one, it looked like you guys were going after the LSU stars early on in that game on the offensive end, going after Flage a little bit, going after Morrow. Was that an effort to try to get some tired legs in towards the back half of that game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it. Keep pushing the ball down the floor, keep making them work hard for catches. Yes, we know they don't play like they play 6 or 7 players, and you have to use that against them. They're that talented that if you allow them to rest on defense, they have more energy to take advantage of you on offense. So yes, that was part of the game plan.
Absolutely. And then so following up on that, your depth outscored their depth 31-2, which is pretty impressive. Talk me through that and how your bench played today.
I always tell our bench, you're the number 1 bench in the country. Only you have that number beside you, that number 1. And they could go other places and start. But I got to let them know what they mean to our team. We don't win without the contributions in the first half of Malaysia Fuwale. We don't win. She had it going on. She was getting to the bucket. She was assisting. And then you come back and Tessa hits the biggest shot of the game to me. The baseline out of bounds, huge when they were mounting a comeback. You got Joyce. I mean, Joyce is, I'm going to put it out there. Joyce is going to be the best player in college basketball one day. I say that only because of her work ethic and her intellect and her want. She's highly motivated. I don't know if that's what she wants to do, but she got she's very Aaliyah-like when it comes to what she pours into her game. So a lot of times basketball will repay you in such a way that you become the best player in the country.
Well, Dawn, you started to answer my question. Joyce, I feel like, is the most casual leading point scorer in the country. She's obviously doing this off the bench as a freshman and through this loaded schedule. Obviously, long term, she's got great goals. But for this team and the playoff run you want to go on, what can she be for this team?
Just that. Joyce injects what we need. She has the physical presence to guard. She has the moxie to guard. She plays with huge bravado on both sides of the basketball. She believes if she's got a smaller person on her or a bigger person that she's going to score, right? She defends. She's unafraid. So, what she can keep giving us is what she's giving us. And she plays the right way. She makes good basketball decisions, and that's why she's able to be as efficient as she's been over the past couple of games. And, now she can add this to her belt. Picked up her third foul early in the third quarter, and I wanted to take her out, but I also wanted to keep her in because of her presence. And she just said, let me stay in, I'm good. And when a player says that, it's a trust thing at that point. I got to trust her to not get into foul trouble, and then she got to trust me to know that I let her stay out there so she doesn't want to, she didn't want to put me in a position where I can't trust her. So it was huge. It was great for her to play through that.
Coach, obviously a good defensive performance tonight, and that's a physical talent and physical positive, but can you talk about how it's also a mental strength to kind of frustrate opponents and get in their head, especially in big games like this?
I don't think we frustrated them at all. I mean, they are a team that's probably, mentally tough. Like, they play with bravado. They play to win. They seem to turn the page. For us, we have to play that way. We have to be disruptive. We have to force people to have to turn the page and turn the page quickly, or else, we could see it happening out there on the court. I didn't see it happening out there on the court against LSU. They next paged it, and they got it down to a 3-possession game. So we know that they're never going to give up. But a part of who we are is to disrupt offenses.
Dawn, Raven was just in here talking about how the FAMs at CLA tonight were the sixth man. Based off tonight, do you think there was anything special from the crowd tonight? Extra special?
That's probably the loudest that it's been. And I know some people may argue that, maybe a UConn situation might have been louder, but for them on a Friday night at 5 p.m. to pack the house, to change their plans because some people flew in to see the game on Thursday and it got pushed back. Quite incredible. I will never get tired of this place being full and them cheering us on, and I'll never tire of just showing my appreciation for them because, it takes money, it takes time, it takes all of those things to prepare to come watch us play, and I hope we've, made it worth their while, and I hope that they got more than what they dished out monetarily. All right, thank you guys. That's it. Thank you.